Hey, this is Sagattinis, and welcome to Cooking with Sagattinis. Remember, like how yesterday I said I was gonna make a video the next time I was gonna make my my alfredo dish that I was talking about. I just so happened to actually like have a craving for it, so I went out to the store and got some more stuff that I needed for it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. What you're gonna need is whatever kind of noodles you like. I didn't feel like using like the spaghetti noodles because it's just they're too thin for this. Like I want some big noodles. So I got the little ribbony ones. These are nice. Or macaroni noodles will be good too, or the ones that like have like the little they're not ravioli shaped, but they look like they would be like those things that they stuff. Like a stuffed ravioli, I guess, or something. I don't know what I don't remember what the name of that one is. But yeah, those. I'm gonna need some shrimp. You can use whatever shrimp you want, but these that I used for this the first time are called salad shrimp.
And they're super tiny.
Salad shrimp.
Look at how teensy they are.
You're also going to need some alfredo sauce. I got some ragu, some roasted garlic parmesan. I do, I'm saying it wrong. You're gonna need some bador. You're gonna need some chicken. It can be canned. What I'm using is canned. Doesn't taste any different to me. It's meat. And you're going to need, you can use whatever type of chip you want, but I am using Cures Doritos. Because I mean, Alfredo, freaking ranch, that sounds delicious. You're probably also going to need salt. You're also going to need one of these things, a big skillet, and I almost hit myself with it just now, and it's pretty hot because I preheated it. Let me stop before I hurt myself. I caught it. Don't play in the kitchen. It's bad for your health. You're going to need a big skillet like this. You're going to need a pot for your noodles. I already have mine filled with water, and I salted it a little bit, slightly salted water so that the noodles don't stick together and all that jazz. And that's already boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and put I'm just going to go ahead and put all the noodles in here. Okay. Got the water. Look at that. Okay. And you're going to have to stir these once in a while. So I have a spoon that you can use. Got that good plastic. Mix them around a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more salt. Not too much though, because salt is bad for you. Oh, it's because I drunk it already. That's why I thought I was missing something. And also a beverage or something to drink while you're making this, because this might take a while. Now I remember we have to thaw out the scrimps. So what we're going to do is take them out of the bag here. And then we're going to put them in a strainer. You need a strainer for getting stuff. So run some water through the strainer. I'm going to use hot water, well, warm, hot water, whatever you want to call it. Same difference. You want to just run the shrimp under the water for a little while, mixing them around and all that. No! Smells fishy in here. Ha ha ha. Whoa. Don't get any water on you, because it's just weird to be moist when you're cooking. You can also crunch up the chips now, unless you're using like breadcrumbs or something. You didn't see that. I'm gonna make sure you it doesn't even have to be like breadcrumby. It can still have like a few chunks in there or something. But you can crush it to however you want. It can be small, it can be like big chunks or whatever. You can do whatever you want. I just want to crush it up pretty good. Well, they're all nice and crumpled up there. Look at that. Isn't that so nice? Hey. Yeah. I believe that the scrimpy should be good now. But maybe run a little bit more water over them. You probably want to open the chicken now, because that would make sense. Just let those like strain. Make sure you check your noodles. Stir them up a little bit. And now we're going to have to butter our scallops. Our scallop needs to be buttered. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to butter that skillet. But before we butter the skillet, because it would make the most sense, we want to open our chicken. Unless you're not using chicken from a can. Then you would just wait. Whoa. Okay. Make sure you correctly put the chicken onto the can opener or it will pop off and make a mess. Mine didn't, it just fell and scared me. Whoa. You want to make sure you squeeze it and get out that extra juice. Because nobody wants chicken juice in Alfredo, right? Now there will be an extra step involved. We'll have to chop the chicken a little bit. Make sure you check your noodles still, because you don't want them to be overcooked and super mushy like baby food. So make sure you stir them. Get something to cut the chicken with because it'll be in big pieces. And I want mine to be in like medium to small pieces. So we're going to cut it up in the can here. And be careful not to cut yourself because that can happen too. I think that looks pretty nice, right? That looks nice. I should have showed you what it looked like before I chopped it all up. Hey. Stir your noodles again, because you don't want them to stick together. I want to heat up the, if you haven't already, make sure you preheat your skillet and add the butter. Make sure you evenly distribute the butter, because if you don't, you will be sorry. Woo. Okay. Now what we want to do is add our shrimp. Want to make sure you get that butter in there too. No shrimp left behind. Want to make sure they all get heated up a little bit. I don't think that since I added the butter that they'll be like crispy or whatever, which is cool because we don't want anything to be crispy in this except for the topping we're going to put on it. So it's totally fine if they're not all cooked and crunchy and whatnot, because that's not what we're going for. And I would say add your chicken now too. Chicken. Chicken. Mix those together. I mean, who would have thought chicken and shrimp? Come on, man. You know that sounds delicious. It's like the noodles are almost done, which means we need to add more butter. More butter. Not too much butter. Too much butter is bad for you. So not too much butter. Just a little bit. It smells so good. Cut that all together. Rinse off the spoon. Stir the noodles again. Maybe take one out or take a few out. Test them. Be careful because you can burn yourself and you don't want to. It will hurt very much. Go ahead, crisp up. Take a noodle. Blow it off a little bit. And throw it in your mouth real quick and chew it up. If it's kind of hard a little bit and not squishy like how you want, it's not done yet. Yeah, like they're almost done. They still have like a slight stiffness to them. So just gonna let them cook a little bit more. Make sure you stir the shrimp and chicken around. so that way it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. And I think about now would be good for adding the alfredo sauce. So you can use whatever type of alfredo sauce you have, or if you're going to make your own, that's cool too. Hey, look at that. They're using the noodles that I'm using. Yeah. And I got a different kind this time. I got roasted garlic parmesan compared to like the original lesson. So. Ooh, that smells super yummy. I wish there was like smell-o-vision for computers. That would be so cool. Let me move these around before they try to stick. Move it on around town. And I would say maybe add a little bit of salt to them while they're cooking. But that's because I'm a salt freak. You don't have to. That's just for me. Okay. So you keep moving it around. I would say add more butter, but I don't know why. You don't need any more butter in this. Okay, just move it around. Keep moving it. Now we're gonna add our alfredo sauce. It doesn't have to be the whole jar, although there should be a lot of sauce for this, but I'm only gonna add a little bit for right now. And then I can always add more later. That smells so good. You absolutely want to make sure that you keep stirring this, because if not, then not all of the sauce will be hot, and you want it to be hot because who wants half done Alfredo sauce? That's horrible. You want to make sure you stir it and everything's mixed in nicely. The only thing we're going to add after this is going to be the toppings, and that's after we mix everything else together. So what I'm going to do is get another spoon to mix. We're going to do some two-hand action here. We got one stirring the Alfredo sauce, and the other one's just going to stir the noodles, and we're running out of water. They're like getting dehydrated over here. Why are y'all stealing all the water? Stop it. You're trying to steal the water. Yeah, I don't even think that was a little past half of the bottle. Which is okay. You don't have to use the whole bottle. I used the whole bottle last time because I'm like, there's only going to be a little bit left. I don't need to use the whole bottle. And I guess I ended up using a little too much. I mean, it was still good, but there was like, after everything else was like eaten already, there was still a bunch of sauce left. So I'm like, how about I just not add as much sauce next time? So I'm not going to use the whole bottle. I'm only going to use about half. And stir the noodles some more. Maybe take out another tester noodle. Turn the heat down on our sauce. Put it on like in between low and medium. So that way it'll still be simmering. Or it'll still keep like its temperature and it'll fall slower instead of just turning the heat off completely. And you want to keep stirring so it don't get stuck. It's bubbling, but very slowly, which is okay. We're going to move that to the side. Take out a tester noodle really quick. Blow on it. I think they should be done about now. They are done. So then you want to turn the noodle water off. Take the noodles off and put them in the strainer. But don't do it the way I did it, because you can make it a lot easier by putting the strainer on top of the pot and just straining it that way, instead of taking the noodles out of the pot, putting them in the strainer, and then putting them back in the pot. That is just a waste of time. And feel free to blow the steam back off because it's trying to like bite your hands. That's not okay. And now we get our mixing spoon here that we use for the Alfredo sauce. Stir the Alfredo sauce a little bit more. And then we add the noodles. Noodles. Look at all that noodly goodness. Okay, there we go. And now we just mix it all together. And I would say if you mix it all together and there isn't enough sauce to all the way coat the noodles, then I would say add more sauce. It's probably why I added a lot of sauce the first time, so that it would like get all over the noodles instead of it only being like half. Which is okay if you don't want a bunch of sauce. But not everybody feels the same about that, so can't really say anything. And if you're going to be adding more sauce, you want to make sure that it's still warm or whatever. So you can add noodles, mix them in all nicely. Maybe turn the heat back up if you're going to add a little bit more. But be careful so your noodles don't stick and your noodles don't get burnt. Maybe add a little bit more sauce. You can hear your noodles screaming like, why are you doing this? Why? And you can reply by, I'm hungry. So you add a little bit more Alfredo sauce and you just mix it on in there. I mean, I don't even think you would have to turn the heat up for that, but that's just like in case you want to pour it on the side and just mix it in that way. Oh, that looks so good. And now we turn the heat off. The pros will probably say remove it from the heat, but you might want to keep it on the heat, you know, so that it keeps its heat, because that's the smart thing to do. But that's just me. Maybe take a noodle, try it out. Ooh! Ooh, if you could taste that. I got like a punch of garlic. But it's not like super strong, like it's like choking you. But it was still really, really good. Now we would add our toppings, which would be our chips and our Parmesan. Unless you don't want to add anything, that's cool too. I'm going to put the Parmesan sauce. Let me mix it up a little bit here. Because those who use Parmesan, I'm pretty sure you know that it gets lumpy for whatever reason. So you gotta shake it up. You put it all over the top. Because you want to get a bite of Parmesan in there with each bite. I don't know why, but I have a really random question. Do you think that Alfredo counts as like a type of cheese, or is it like a sauce? I know there's Alfredo sauce, but I mean, like, is it actually a cheese or something? And now we're gonna add our chips. Chips. Okay. It would probably be easier if you just like take it out and just sprinkle it. Squeeze me. here, just like sprinkle it on there. Ah, come on. Don't use a curved bowl, because curved bowls are trolls. They don't want to do anything. They're just like, you want to pour? I won't let you. Okay, there we go. And here is our finished product. Hold on. That looks so good. Time to make us a bowl and or plate, whatever you're planning on using. I didn't bring it in here with me. Give you 1 sec. Woo! 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 Heart attack in the can. Ah. Woo! Woo! Okay. Got our bowl and or plate, whatever you're planning on putting it on or inside of. Now we're gonna load it on up. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. I can't wait to eat this spinach. Make sure you put your ingredients away before you enjoy the deliciousness, or you might get yelled at by your parents. And I tend to be forgetful sometimes, so that's why I need to do it before I even make my plate, so I won't forget. Yay! Not forgetting stuff. Okay. Anyways, time to make our noodles. What am I doing? Why am I moving it? Ooh, smash yummy. Hey. You see the steam coming off of it. It's like, I'm ready for you to eat me, man. Like you need to get a nice old big scoop of this. I was like, oh well, I am. You watch me. And here is our bowl. Yeah. You want to get your eating utensil. And you want to eat it. I want to try and get everything on everything in one bite. Like that's best. When you have everything in one bite. Got some crunch in there. Such a genius. So good. So good. Feel free to try this at home if you want. You don't have to. It's not like I'm gonna show up at your doorstep and be like, oh, so you want to try my recipe? Or this random combo of things that I threw together. It's cool. Try it. It is super delicious.
You will thank me later.
I'm going to get to devouring the rest of this. I will try very hard to save some of this for my dad. No promises. No promises. But I'm going to get to eating this, so I will see you guys later. Bye!